Okay, strategies for wet areas. One of the main things that we talk to people about is use it seasonally. So across the street, as you guys came up across from Coquihalla Loop, there's a bunch of fields there. Anybody notice that? They're all saturated. They're all basically ponds. You know, and they're ponds several months out of the year. And then in late summer, when everything else is dry, they're just green and they're flowing with cattle and they're being grass-fed, finished beef over there. They haven't taken any measures to try and fix that, dry that out. They use it seasonally. They have a plush area for 2-3 months out of the year, and they use it seasonally. And so that's a perfectly good use of an area like that. I guarantee you they have a clay hardpan subsoil area that's just stopping the water from infiltrating. That's what's happening over there. You could also pond certain areas. If you've got low areas, and again, you have to go check with the Department of Making Me Sad. But you could pond certain areas and then connect those with swales. I mean, you can do all kinds of creative things like that. You can do rain gardens if we're talking about small areas. Dry stream beds, drainage swales. If you want to try and drain an area, you can move it to, say, another area that's a little bit more appropriate for a pond. You can add tons of organic matter. You want to keep things growing in there. They could do across the way if they wanted to. They could do swales and plant tree systems along there and maybe improve it a little bit. But they're using it seasonally and probably to good use. So planting trees and bushes will help as well. Also, you're increasing the size of the sponge. Let's see. Again, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see that's all wet. That's all, I mean, all the way up and down 95 there. It's just like one big pond for 4 months out of the year. You know, they have a clay subsoil there. I guarantee you that's what's going on. Yeah, they have a lot of drainage into there, but it should still be able to soak in. It should still be able to handle that type of moisture. But again, when everything else is dry, this is just, they don't irrigate anything. They just run a bunch of cattle through and they eat all that wonderful grass and make wonderful grass-fed beef. Okay, we are just about done. So you got to make a plan. This is not a plan. All right, that's not a plan. Yeah. So every element on your property, think through it. Okay, I've got people, I've got animals, I've got gardens, I've got food forests, I've got this or that. Primary, secondary, and tertiary for each one of those elements. It's not that we are separating elements. We don't do that. I don't do that. And in permaculture design, we definitely don't do that. We integrate all those things together. But when we're thinking about making a water plan, if you can do that, and not everything you're going to be able to have primary, secondary, and tertiary. You might not be able to do that with everything. But if you can, great. You want to shoot for that if you can.